Hey, what's up, locker room? I wanted to jump on and just give my prayers out to a young Puka Noola. I'm seeing the things, and you guys, I'm sure, have seen on social media that he's checked into rehab. And when you kind of look through it, you see he's had an incident, of course, with biting and saying some pretty anti-Semitic things, some things that hurt some people, and now he's checked in. A couple of things I think when I see that. First and foremost, and the thing that's mostly important, and really all that's really important, is his health. Like, I mean, his mental, physical well-being, personally. So that goes out first, and then you start thinking about it. Okay, because of these situations, you want him to get ahead of it. That's fine if he checks into rehab because he was drinking and he said some stuff or he bit a girl, whatever's alleged out here. Allegedly, he did some things, and he's in the middle of fighting those. So, did he check in to run from that, or did he check in to really get some help? And he's using my attorney, who's one of the best. You know what I mean? Levi McCatherine. So I know how Levi is, and I know he cares about and cares about the person. So it sounds like he had felt like he just needed to get some help just to get a little bit more focused. And I said to myself, "Wow, you mean to tell me that was a not focused Puka Noola? I would hate to see what a totally focused Puka Noola is after the way he's handled the NFL in his first few years." You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that's what the Rams are saying. Like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't know he had an issue. Everything I hear about him is the best. Best kid in the world, best, I don't call him a kid, best young man in the world, loves the game, spirit is right, he's me. I feel that. I see him he goes up to each and every one of his teammates. And at the end, he says, "I love you, man." It's real. It's real. And you can tell it's real. And they feel it's real. They know it's real. And so, I'm with him. With probably most people who's wishing the best for Puka. Now, I say that and I say this to peeps. Now that this has happened, what do we get? There's a freedom or a sense or a pattern, a process, whatever you want to call it, that you go through to get to the places that Puka has to get to play the way he plays. Once you tap into that and you change that and you change the front end, do you still get what you get on the back end? That's what this is all about. I don't know if I should say the name, but I one of our greatest champions, I'll say that, said to me one time, he said, "Michael, man, I have to have a night out where I could just do what I want, have a good time, and don't worry about anything, just wild out. And then the next day I focus in." And I said, "Well, what do you mean? Why you gotta have a wild night?" He was talking about wild night out. Girls, whatever, girls have fun, everything. And then it makes him feel more invincible walking into the octagon. I was like, that's crazy. I didn't have to have a wild night, but I had my seasons. Off season I was doing this, and then this season I focus in and lock in. And when they jumped in on me in the hotel, that disrupted my little pattern. It was my little pattern that's got disrupted, so I can't do that pattern anymore. And I don't know that I ever made it back to being the same player that I was. I'm just saying. I'm praying for him to get all the help he needs. But I'm also praying that we can get the Puka Noola that walked in when he walks out. The same Puka Noola that walked off the football field last year. Will he be the same when he walked back on the football field this year? Knowing he can't have that little night, he can't have that little moment. And now after being in rehab, everybody's going to be watching you. So it's not like you can sneak somewhere with your boys and put back a few and chill out. Everybody's going to be watching. And I just hope it doesn't become one of these snowball things. You guys remember how I got with Johnny Manziel and things like that. And Johnny's my dude too. I love Johnny Manziel, and I know he loves me. We boys for real. But no matter where, Johnny was in Vegas, or he put on a hat, and people say he's walking around with a disguise. Because the story keeps getting greater and later, and it makes it look like you're even more dark or more unstable than you are, But it's just people. Because he was so big at the time, anybody that looked like him, they say, oh, that's him, and maybe he's in a disguise. I used to talk to Johnny about this. And then people start saying, oh, is Puka trying to do a disguise so he can drink? Is he trying to, all this stuff you have to worry about now. And all of it you have to worry about while you have $44 million a year just waiting on you. Right here. JSC ain't got what he got. Puka, 44, waiting on you right now. I'm praying for you, my brother. Receiver to receiver. Dog to dog. Man to man. And under Christ, brother to brother. I'm praying for you, brother. Get well and get back to us.